For all the words of praise I showered onto this film last year, I'm sure you noticed one thing I was remiss about. Karl Stromberg. Sure, Stromberg does exhibit a healthy dose of nefariousness when it comes to abusing the help, punishing traitors, and engineering a nuclear holocaust for the sake of an underwater utopia. But, unfortunately, apart from that, the man is a bore. Kurt Jürgens plays him like he would rather be somewhere else, and given how underwritten his character is, can you really blame him? Even with the aforementioned misdeeds, all Stromberg is in the end is a sullen, portly old man in a chair. And last I checked, this franchise already filled its quota on the mastermind in a chair. He's an order giver, and let's face it, that's not a daunting task. You always get the impression that all of his aims were achieved by throwing a little money at it, and if he can avoid it, kill the business associate after his usefulness is expired and effectively save him a buck. So, he's a megalomaniac and a cheapskate. Evil, am I right? I suppose it is a bit evil. So, unless you guessed, I'm really not a fan of the man in the chair villains because it's hard to be impressed or even intimidated by them. You always get the impression that they only get to where they got to by barking out orders to someone else. You never get the impression that the villain reached this point strictly on his own merit, but by hiring and exploiting the talents of others, and this movie unashamedly shows that. He hires guys to design the submarine tracking system. He hires hitmen to find the microfilm that the secretary leaked. Hell, even in his final showdown with Bond, he can't even be bothered to get up out of the damn chair and shoot at him. Instead, he waits for Bond to sit down opposite him. Seriously, if Bond stood at either side of that table, Stromberg's grand plan to kill Bond would have been moot. And then, to add insult to injury, Bond kills Stromberg by shooting him through the barrel under the table. Why would Bond do that? Couldn't Bond just shoot him normally? Oh, wait, he does! So apart from rubbing in how silly this idea is, Bond could have easily pulled the trigger at any time, and that would have been the end of Stromberg. I know I'm harping on about this, but it all just feels like they were compensating for the fact that Stromberg could never take on Bond in hand-to-hand combat. And while his plans are big and absolutely mammoth in scale, it's just sad that the man at the helm is kind of lazy.